JD5 is back, and he's going back to California. Washington versus Los Angeles Chargers. Preview. Let's get to it. What it do and what's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your guy, Rio Robinson, back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about our 2-2 Washington Commanders, looking to get back on the good foot, heading up to the Los Angeles Chargers. SoFi Stadium. It is a homecoming of sorts for our franchise quarterback who makes his long-awaited return to the team this week. How are y'all feeling on a Friday afternoon? I like this matchup. As much as I think the Chargers are a very good football team, this is a very good measuring stick game because the Chargers are kind of us in the AFC. They're kind of in a similar predicament where people call them fake demons, say they don't beat anybody. Last year, the only playoff team I believe the Chargers beat were the Broncos, and they were 2-5 versus teams that made the playoff. So they live in a similar space as our Washington Commanders, considering we don't beat many good teams. And they're also looking to bounce back right now because they took their first L of the season to a winless New York Giants team who started a rookie quarterback for the first time and without Malik Nabers for about 65% of the game. So both teams are looking to bounce back in a major way. Franchise quarterback on one side, franchise quarterback on the other, except ours has a knee brace on. But how are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? What is your confidence level going into this one? I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to talk about this one. And there are some fun matchups to talk about for this game. Appreciate you, Art De Leon, with the 199 super chat, getting us kicked off on this Friday afternoon. What up, what up, what up? Art from San Antonio, Texas. Let's effing go. Hashtag hell to the Redskins. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. First things first, Jayden Daniels is playing, and this is a big deal for Washington. Let's give a round of applause for everything Marcus Mariota did in the 2 weeks of JD5's absence, because while I don't like to sit here and over speak about backup quarterbacks, having a reliable backup is one of the best things you can have in this league. I always make the comparison of having the best type of spare tire one can put on the vehicle. Marcus Mariota, you did more than enough to win both of your starts here versus the Falcons and versus the Raiders. We didn't get it done because we needed too much from you on a week ago. We needed too much from Marcus on Sunday, and I'm not in the business of putting too much on the plate of a backup quarterback. But we back to business now. We back to regularly scheduled programming, and Washington desperately needs to show the world we are one of those teams. We are something to be reckoned with in the NFC and in the NFC East, because the Eagles aren't playing good football but are still running away with the division right now. But when you look at it, Washington gets a win on Sunday. Let's say the Broncos upset the Philadelphia Eagles. Washington would be one game back with Chicago coming to town on Monday Night Football. But we don't need to look ahead to Chicago right now. What do you need to see from Jayden Daniels on Sunday evening versus the Los Angeles Chargers? We're rocking white on white, as you can see from the graphic on the screen. Look at Luke McCaffrey covering graphics now. Boy done scored in back-to-back weeks. Almost took a couple kicks back to the crib. All of a sudden, we put Luke McCaffrey on. Shout out to the ascension of Luke McCaffrey. I don't know what's going on in the McCaffrey household, but both McCaffreys are getting busy in the 2025 season, and Christian is still healthy. I don't know if y'all seen that Thursday night game last night, but Kyren Williams cost me so much money last night. Oh my God, we were so close to cashing in the sexiest Rio Lay picks last night, and all I needed was Kyren Williams to not fumble on the 1 yard line or to get stuffed on that final play in overtime yesterday. But back to Jayden Daniels. Let's stay on topic. You know, I like to ramble. You know, I like to go all over the place when I do it, especially when I don't have a guest to keep me on track. What do you need to see from Jayden Daniels to feel comfortable on Sunday evening versus the Chargers? We have to keep it simple. I was listening to Cliff Kingsbury talk at the podium, and he said, we were overly cautious about when to put Jayden back in because we don't want Jayden out there if he don't look like Jayden Daniels. If he doesn't look like Jayden Daniels, period. And I like that. So that means he's good. He's going to have a knee brace on, and he definitely looks like he hates that knee brace. Like you can see in the few clips of practice that they've shown, he's touching the knee brace often. He's uncomfortable in it, but Jayden in a knee brace is still as athletic as any quarterback in the league. I don't think that means 100% of the snaps are going to be from the pocket, but I do think his right arm and his brain are going to have to be the main component and main character from how we win this game on Sunday. And I see some pessimism in the chat. Like there's not a world where we should feel like we can't win this game. We are a better football team than the New York Giants last time I checked. And last time I checked, they beat these boys. And they honestly could have beat them by more. They left some stuff on the bone. Me and my son, we were watching the Giants-Chargers game. They literally left a couple scoring drives on the board against the Chargers last week. And if the Giants can do that, I think even us at our big age, we should be able to do it as well. I'm predicting a victory. I can get ahead of that. I can get ahead of that right now. I can't predict the loss because if we start this season 2-3, that's going to put a very nasty taste in my mouth. I got to believe that to see it. I don't think we are a 2-3 football team. But for Jayden, look like Jayden Daniels, number one. Number two, this should be number one for real. Master zone defenses. The Los Angeles Chargers are the number 2 defense in the league right now. And Mentor's defense, they are masters of the zone. Jayden Daniels, we've been told, and last time we seen a heavy zone defense versus the Packers, they had him in the matrix. They had him in a blender, and Jayden looked a little lost, and he felt that pressure coming, and it was getting to him. Can Jayden Daniels pass his next test of this is not kryptonite? I can see through and diagnose a zone defense. So we got some fake demon allegations we need to get off our chest, and Jayden needs to conquer a good zone defense. This is the best zone defense in the league, and the Chargers have been absolutely getting after guys like Derwin James. They're going to be there to try to cut out Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz from the equation because, you know, those are the main characters in our skill room right now. No Terry McLaurin. No Noah Brown. And you know Zach Ertz's target rate is going to go to the sky. When we do our sleeper picks for the week, you can guarantee Zach Ertz is going to be on it because when Jayden is on a football field, if there's one thing I know he going to do, he finna throw that shit to Zach Ertz. He's going to throw the ball to Zach Ertz early. He's going to throw it to him often. And when they get in a goal line situation, Jayden is looking for 86. And I'm interested to see if Jayden now starts to target Luke McCaffrey because, you know, Jayden ain't Luke. Jayden do not be throwing it to Luke, but he got to throw it to Luke now because Luke is now a main character in the wide receiver room, considering your starting receivers now are Deebo Samuel, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, or some combination of Chris Moore and company on the outside. And man, let me take a quick side note real quick. Damn, I wish we signed Kendrick Bourne. Whatever pennies we offered Kendrick Bourne, maybe we were wrong. Maybe we needed to up that offer. We didn't realize just how valuable that signing would be because Terry's quad got hurt. Deebo got a heel injury right now. Noah Brown is being his normal self and taking his usual stint on the IR. Kendrick Bourne looking like the baddest bitch in the room right now that we let slip away from our grasp. Because did y'all see Kendrick Bourne on Thursday Night Football last night? Kendrick Bourne had 10 catches for 143. Kendrick Bourne last night had more yards in that game than Terry's ever gotten in a game this year. No, I'm not saying Kendrick Bourne is better than Terry McLaurin. I just like to have fun with stats like that. But damn, we could use Kendrick. We out here signing Robbie Chosen Anderson in 2025. Damn, we could use a Kendrick Bourne on this offense. He the one that got away. Damn, man. Damn. That boy went out there to go rock it out with Mac Jones. McCorkle Jones looked good last night, man. That 49ers offense looked good. No Kittle, no problem. You see, some teams, a good or well-coached team, injuries are not an excuse. Still get it done. They got a backup quarterback over there. George Kittle is out. Brandon Ayuk is out. So we're not the only team injured. We're not the only team going for it. We're not the only team going through shit. So we can't act like we are the only people without starter. No Kittle, no Ayuk, no Brock Purdy, no problem. They go up to LA and win a divisional game on the road. We're going to that same stadium on Sunday, and I need Washington to handle business. Jaden, we need you to put the cape on, and we need you to take us to the promised land. I think Deebo Samuel's going to play. If we find out anything on that, let me know. He's traveling with the team. Most people that were going to be ruled inactive, we've already been told they're inactive. So I need Jaden on his best bullshit versus the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday. And we've seen him do it in college, Arizona State versus Oregon. Do it again. I don't think we're this daunting underdog that some people think we are. I think this is a pretty evenly matched game. I think the Chargers have played better football in 2025, but I also think Washington will be ready to go. And I think, Jaden, you're going to see a scorched earth. I don't know why y'all helped me out the last couple weeks. I'm dying to play Jaden going back to California like Biggie. I can't wait to get it going, man. But let's talk about some of the matchups and some of the players that need to step up in this one. But first, let's hear from a word from our sponsors. Rio 91 on Sleeper, baby. The NFL season is here, which means you have a chance to win 1,000 times your cash on daily fantasy. Football has never been more exciting than it is with players like Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jamar Chase. Pick on stats for these stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more. For up to a 1,000 times payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right and you could win big using promo code RIO91. That was promo code RIO91 and you'll get up to a $100 match bonus on your first deposit. Terms and conditions may apply. We can run on the Chargers, everybody. We can run the ball on the Chargers. I'm afraid to throw any. Oh, and also, by the way, on Sleeper, they're giving away $20 right now. Get on there, put in Rio 91. They're giving you $20 to start with on selections of picks with at least 2 picks on there. Go ahead and get that free $20 from Sleeper. But we can run on this football team. I've watched them play this year. These boys can be ran on. And what Washington has shown through 4 weeks of the season, we can run on anybody when we choose to. Big thing. When we choose to. Because old Cliff Kingsbury will choose not to run the ball even when the run is effective. And I know some of that plays into versus Atlanta and Green Bay, our 2 losses so far this season. We've been down off rip. We've been down from the get-go. So you want to get back into it. You want to get a rhythm going, but we're like number 2 in the league in yards per attempt running the football. And yes, that's with a combination of quarterback, multiple running backs, and Deebo Samuels. It is a whole stable and committee situation running the football in Washington, but we have to stick to it. I'm not saying we need to play 80 style Riggins football and rush the ball 40 times a game. Not saying that's the case, but ride the hot hand. You're getting 5 to 6 yards a carry. Bill is giving you just under 6 yards a carry. Chris Rodriguez pops a big run every time he's in the game. Jeremy McNichols has taken a touchdown 60 yards to the crib. We are number 2 in yards per attempt running the football. We can run for 200 at will on teams, and that includes the quarterback. Brace or not, Jaden's going to scramble. He's going to move chains, and he's going to extend plays and drives with his legs, even with a knee brace on. You'd be foolish to think he's just going to not move because he has a knee brace on his left leg. But where it's not mathing is that while we're number 2 in yards per attempt, we're like 17th in attempts. We don't run the football that much. Bill ain't seen double-digit carries in a game yet. I think this feels like a good week to change that, but I'm over just saying give Bill the ball, even though it's Bill's season. I think Bill is going to break out whenever they give him enough touches, because every time he touches the pill, it looks like it has a chance to go to distance or be a chunk play. But we just need to run it in general. Run the football more. Mix it up. We don't have the firepower and plethora of pass catchers to be avoiding the run. It's Debo and a bunch of young guys. Luke, Lane. Chris Moore is not young, but he out there. Tay Martin. We don't have the pass, and we got one tight end that catches the ball. John Bates will be returning this week. That is huge for protecting the quarterback, and even for the couple completions that John Bates is going to get when he's in the game. But we don't have enough pass catchers to be ignoring or moving away from running the football. We can run on these boys. I watched Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbull was effective running the foot. That slow as behemoth pre-ordered CTE having Bama was running on the Chargers last week. You can run on the Chargers, y'all. And we have one of the best rushing attacks in the league, especially when 5 is out there on the football field. I'm not going to sit here and believe that we're going to have another performance like that Green Bay performance. I can't see it. I can't see Jaden leading an offense to lay another egg in the last 2 times that we've seen him. My guy, Reese. What it do, Big Reese? What it do? Can't wait to see Jaden's homecoming week. I'm sure he's going to have 500 to 750 tickets that he's going to have, or have his mother manage for all the people that are going to be coming out to see him play. Don't tell him he's from LA, though. He's going to correct you. He's going to stop you mid-sentence like he did old Ned Flanders at the press conference the other day. He said, no, I'm from the Inland Empire. I'm not from LA. Like, get it straight. Put some respect on my hometown and my home city. But Reese, I appreciate you. We can run the ball on these guys, man. We can run the ball on these guys. Why not? Why not get it going? They got some bodies up front. Derwin James is a demon. That was the player I wanted us to draft that year, and not Daron Payne. But shout out to Daron Payne. He's having a good season right now. But as good as this defense is on the Chargers side of the ball, they could be had, man. I think they could be had, and I've seen it. Their weakness is quarterbacks that can extend the play, that can move around, and that can extend the play. There are things to get had. I need Jaden extending plays, maneuvering to pass, because there was a lot on that field that just Jackson Dart was too young and immature in his process to fully take advantage of. But he was giving them hell. He was giving them hell with his mobility, with his escapability. I see things out there for Washington to take advantage of. Debo Samuel, I know you're on the injury report. I know they're probably keeping you out as a precaution. You're playing on Sunday, bucko. We can't take the field without Debo, Noah Brown, and Terry McLaurin. I don't even want to know what that looks like. Robbie Chosen may get elevated on game day. We finna get a Robbie Anderson legacy game in the year of 2025. But Debo and Ertz should be getting a lot of targets on Sunday. Debo, you are the MVP of this team through the first quarter of the season. I see another 7 to 10 target type of day for Debo. And I don't know about y'all. I'm putting Debo ass back out there at kick return too. I'm putting him back out there at kick return this week. I know he's the number one receiver. We need his energy. We need him running it out the backfield, all that. I'm putting him back there at kick return. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Y'all putting Debo back there at kick return? Because I'm putting him back. I'm coming up back. I'm putting him back. I need a big play. I need a big play. And yes, Luke looks good at kick return. Debo looks better. I'm putting him back there at kick return. Juju going to be in there. And she ain't playing this year. Juju Watkins is probably in the building. And before 20 people in the chat start to spam it, Juju Watkins is not Jaden Daniels' cousin. Please stop spreading false information that someone from Accokeek, Maryland on Twitter that calls in a radio station told us. That's not his family. That is not his cousin. So let's stop that. But hey, man, I'm putting Debo ass back on kick return, bro. They said there's no way they put him back there. Listen, man, I need big plays and points any place I can get them. So y'all got to let this Gabe Taylor shit go, man. Y'all got to let this Gabe Taylor shit go. Not only is he not getting on this roster this year, he may not get on an NFL roster this year. But as we always say it on the Commanders Kings, shout out to Gabe. Hashtag SOTG. Shout out to Gabe. Merch coming soon for the Commanders Kings channel. But offensive line. What do we want to see out of the offensive line this Sunday? You played fine enough versus the Falcons. Give me a Falcons type performance. Laramie Tunsil, dominant on the left side. He's throwing Bama's out the club each week. They just need to continue to do the same thing. Offensively, I really don't have concerns in this one. I know how good the Chargers defense is, and I would never look past how good this defense is. Mentor, Harbaugh, they do this shit. They do this shit. But Jaden back, man. Jaden is back. The offense is going to get back to doing what the offense do, even without 17 on the field. Jaden, the running back committee, and the main characters catching the pass from Jaden. I'm not worried about the offense. The defensive side of the ball, I wish I could be as confident. I wish I could be as confident. It is time for Joe Witt and company to put together a decent performance. I'm not going to say a stellar, a dominant performance. I need to see the defense actually earn their paychecks, and I need Joe Witt Jr. to not have us out here looking confused, looking old, and lackadaisical this week. The defensive side of the ball, I'm terrified in this matchup. I'm terrified. I'm picking us to win, but I definitely got the Chargers getting their fair share of offensive production this year. So let's talk about the defensive side of the ball for the Washington Commanders versus the Chargers. But before we do that, Rio 10 on SeatGeek for 10% off, baby. Get your tickets now. I've been looking to find the best deal on Washington Commanders tickets for the 2025 season, which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sporting events, festivals, and more. The NFL is right around the corner, and MLB is in full swing. I love using SeatGeek. Recently used it, lock in my training camp tickets. Most notably, I was at the Grand National Tour with my son, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA at Northwest Stadium. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 through 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you know I had to come through for y'all using promo code RIO10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code RIO10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically sent to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. Where Washington has to take advantage in this game is another patchwork offensive line. I know everybody's going to say, Rio, we heard the same thing versus Green Bay, but here's the thing. Both of their tackles are out. Both of their superstar tackles are out. Joe Alt, mountain of a man, he's not playing. Rashawn Slater is out for the season. And even they're starting Trey Pipkins and Jamari Sawyer at tackle. Two not main characters. They got two NPCs starting at tackle. And Mekhi Becton is not fully healthy at guard. So potentially 3 starters on the offensive line are not in the game. That is like Washington's calling card in this game. Can we get pressure and can we be disruptive up front? Happy birthday to Javon Kinlaw. That's what's up. Go get a sack for your birthday. Go get a couple tackles for Law. Are we going to get the Javon Kinlaw and Daron Payne that we've seen in Washington's 2 victories? Or are we going to get the disappearing act on the defensive line that we've seen in Washington's 2 defeats? Because we have to get pressure. Michael Penix was comfortable for 60 minutes versus us last week. He was comfortable as hell. He had time to make himself a sandwich, a protein shake, eat it, text this girl, and get back to throwing the football last week. And he has a whip of a release. Well, Justin Herbert also has a whip of a release. They got weapons for days. They have a phenomenal young rookie running back who I wanted here myself in Omarion Hampton. They've got it all. And Justin Herbert has really been maximizing his ability to move in 2025. You know, he's been moving different, bro. Boy got Madison Beer. All of a sudden, he a dual threat quarterback. But I know he ran at Oregon also. You don't have to remind me of that. But Washington, defensively, they have to get pressure on Justin Herbert. In back-to-back weeks, Justin Herbert has been the most pressured quarterback in the entire league. They're getting him fucking killed back there. He does not have much time to throw the ball, and he hasn't been able to get the ball to guys like Ladd McConkey. Quentin Johnston's going crazy. We're going to talk about QJ in a second. But number one, Washington has to get pressure consistently. We have to live in the backfield. We have to take advantage of this patchwork offensive line, and we have to get to the quarterback. But they play clean for the most part. Well, last week, he was turning that shit over versus the New York Giants. And we're going to talk about exactly keys to victory and stuff like that later in the video. But we got to get in the backfield tomorrow. Number 2. And this is huge. This should be 1B. This should not be number 2. Learn how to defend the fucking motion. The motion, the motion, the motion. If I'm the Chargers offensive coordinator and I looked at Washington Commanders tape, I would say, come here, Ladd McConkey. Come here, Ladarius. Come here. This is what you're going to do this week. We're going to pick out 0 and we're going to pick out number 2. Run in motion. Now go back. Now go again. I'm going to keep running. He's going to be doing cardio pre-snap because Washington goes out and dies when you put a wide receiver in motion. And our 2 losses this year, we've given up almost 600 yards to pre-snap movement and motion on passing plays. So if I was the Los Angeles Chargers, I'm sending McConkey in motion every play that we're going to pass the football because for whatever reason, we can't cover that shit. We've never seen it, and it's a foreign item to this defense. So learn how to defend the motion. And you know what that comes back to? Communication, communication, communication. What coaching staff have we seen come through DC that we didn't have communication gaps? This is a tale as old as time when you're a Washington fan. We've seen it with Ron and them. We've seen it with Gruden and them. We've seen it with Shanahan and we've seen it with everybody. Communication is an issue. We can't be lacking communication. We need to be on the same page, and maybe Joe Witt need to bring his sassy ass down to the sidelines and call the defense from the sideline so he can get a better feel of what's happening. Because apparently something's not clicking, something's not clocking right from the suite, the press box to the field. Communication cannot be lacking, because if they give Justin Herbert time to throw, he's going to kill us. He's going to kill us. 4th in the league in passing this year, despite having 2 offish days in a row, because he's just playing good football this year. And Quentin Johnston, I don't know who he leased hands from, but Quentin Johnston has now materialized hands in the year that Washington plays the Charger. He not only has hands, he's consistently separating. He is a chunk play waiting to happen. And I'm pretty sure all of us Washington fans, we can already envision him getting behind Marshawn Lattimore and a safety for a deep post touchdown or just a chunk play in general. Ooh. But I can see it now. I can see Quentin Johnston on the deep play right now. We're going to have problems guarding this fella. He just gets open. He finds the spots in the zone. And Justin Herbert has one of the more effortless cannons in this league. Quentin Johnston's going to be a problem on Sunday. When you do your sleeper lineups, hit the more on Quentin Johnston. Whatever the catches is, whatever the catches line is, whatever the yards line is, the touchdown, etc., hit those markers, because Quentin Johnston is like top 5 in all of the wide receiver. He already has 4 touchdowns this year, already has a few hundred yards this year, good yards a catch. He's going crazy in 2025, and I never thought I'd see the day. You can't get killed by old ass guys like Keenan Allen, though. Look at Quentin Johnston, though. 22 catches, 337 yards, 4 touchdowns, 15 yards a catch. For the 6'2", 210-pound receiver, most of us labeled a bust through most of his career. He's finally showing up in a major way. I know y'all can see it right now that QJ is going to have a day. Ladd McConkey has had back-to-back duds. And who better to fix your ailments than Washington's defense? You already know what they're going to do. You know we struggle versus receivers in the slot, and he's a motion guy. They're going to send him in motion. That's a good wide receiver crew. Not to mention the rookie Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. A lot of us were interested in him in Washington in the first couple rounds of the draft. And this isn't even talking about the running game yet of the Chargers. Omarion Hampton had a very good game versus the Giants, but the Chargers also suffer from that problem where they don't give him the ball enough. They don't give their rookie the ball enough, and they took him in the first round of the draft. We don't do it with our rookie, but our rookie was a 7th-round pick. But Omarion Hampton could have been a lot more effective versus the Giants last week. You know why he wasn't? Because the offensive coordinator stops giving him the football. Omarion Hampton is a big play waiting to happen. He's a 4 or 5 yard carry waiting to happen every time he touches the ball. And you know I love me some Omarion Hampton, bro. He's one of my favorite players in this draft class, and y'all know I wanted him here in DC. So I know exactly what he's capable of. I'm interested in the running back, the rookie running back matchup, Omarion versus Bill. You know, we already seen Genty. We get to see Hampton now. Genty has 54 carries on the season, 5 yards a carry, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 yards a carry. Bill's averaging 5.8 yards a carry. Omarion Hampton is averaging 5 yards a carry. He's a baller, had a big play touchdown last week, had a couple chunk runs against the Giants, his first 100-yard game. But so this year, carries wise, he had 15 week 1. He had 8 carries week 2, 19 carries week 3, and only 12 last week. He had 12 carries, but he got him up to 128 and a touchdown, and he can catch the ball out the backfield as well. Washington has their hands full in this one, just like we had our hands full last week with Bijan and Algier and Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Darnell Mooney and Ray McLeod, better football team we're playing, and we're 0-2 on the road so far this year. Green Bay, Atlanta, no dice. We need to get back to being road dogs, to taking this show on the road like the Beatles, because last year our best football, our biggest moments in spotlights came on the road. Washington has to find their identity again this Sunday versus the Chargers. And I feel confident. I probably should not feel as confident, but I do. I don't think this team is what we've been through the first month of the season. And a lot of what you see during the first month of an NFL season isn't to be believed in the first place. A lot of that shit, you can't believe it, bro. I don't believe some of these teams are demons that they're already crowning as demons in the first month of the season. The first month of the season is when the frauds come out to play, and I don't think our team is a fraud, man. They just haven't got back to it yet, and we finally got our guy back, man. What's going on, man? What's good with you? Joe freaking Witt needs to play dump and run with our corner. Stop playing sucker-ass zone. The thing is, though, we got to figure out which one we're better at, because we get beat with zone and man, you know. All they got to do is run man beaters. That's what the Packers did, right? But I think this is going to be good, man. I think this is going to be a good game. I think both teams are going to score in the 20s, and I think Washington's going to come out victorious in this one, man. I'm picking my guys in this one. So who do I think are going to be the main players and who needs to have a day for Washington? Let's start in the secondary defensively. Quan Martin. It feels like a good day. It feels like a good day for you to force a turnover. And I know we some no turnover forcing motherfuckers. They had to give us one for us to get one last week. I think Quan Martin gets an interception on Justin Herbert this week. I think he's going to get one. This team, I think they're going to come out with an approach similar to their week 1 versus the Chiefs blueprint, and I think they're going to pass the ball a lot on us on Sunday. I think they're going to pass the shit out of the football and make us defend their wide receivers. Justin Herbert takes chances, and he plays with arm arrogance, which he should, because his arm is one of the best ones in the league. Quan Martin's going to get his hand on a football today. Quan got to show me something, bro, because we've heard all offseason, they got a bigger role for him. He played with separated shoulders. Wait till y'all see what he looks like when it's fully. I think Quan Martin is going to force a turnover this week. I think Herbert is going to be slinging that joint all around the field on us, pause. But I think Quan Martin forces a turnover this week. Marshawn Lattimore. Just don't look like ass. I don't have any. The barometer for Marshawn Lattimore is in hell. At this point, it's in hell, and I imagine Marshawn Lattimore is going to get the lion's share of targets from Quentin Johnston. QJ is probably going to be all over Marshawn Lattimore on Sunday. So just don't look horrible. Just look like you're in position to make a play. Can you go a full 4 quarters without getting a penalty? If Marshawn cannot get a penalty and not give up a 40, 50-yard completion, that's progress at this point. That's progress at this point, because it just looks bad. It looks bad, and it looks like a bad acquisition on all fronts. Get back to doing what he does. He's a press man corner. Cool. Press man Quentin Johnston. Press man Keenan Allen. I better not see old man Keenan Allen routing up Marshawn Lattimore on Sunday. And you know what we probably going to see on Sunday? Old man Keenan Allen routing up Marshawn Lattimore on Sunday, because even at his big age, he's still a route technician at this point. But Marshawn, I think Amos, he's been trending on the right perspective. He's been trending the whole season, and a turnover soon cometh for Trey Amos. But Marshawn and Mikey, they got to step it up, bro, because they are the clear weaker links in the cornerback room. Like, we got fans saying put Noah Igbenogany in the game and get Marshawn off the field. We can't have that, bro. We can't have that. We can't have our prized acquisition at the deadline out here asking fans asking to put Noah Igbenogany in the game and it actually having some credence to it. Debo's out. Please say that's false. Please say that's false. Y'all, please tell me this is cap. Please tell me this is cap. Yo, is Debo out? There's got to be cap, right? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Let me go through the timeline and make sure this ain't real because, oh my God, we might as well go ahead and say, all right, man, it's gonna be a long day on Sunday. Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't see nothing so far. Let me go to my boy Brandon's page because I know Jay Daniels MVP. He gonna have it up there if that's a real thing. I don't see nothing yet that says. And if y'all care about the refs, Washington versus Los Angeles Chargers officiating crew cheat sheet. Home teams are 103-47. Well, I don't care about all that. I really don't care about all that. And if y'all care what Cam Newton has to say, here's what Cam Newton had to say about the Jaden Daniels versus Justin Herbert matchup. Cam takes every opportunity he can to hate on our quarterback, so I imagine that's not the case. Yeah, that Debo Samuels is not out. Like, that's a jumpable offense right there. Like, that is a you get jumped type offense. Like, come on, don't cap, guys. But this is what Cam Newton in First Take had to say about this one.
Start with all their wins coming against AFC West opponents. The quarterback's thrown for over 260 yards per game, while Daniels led the Commanders to the NFC title game last season, is looking to get healthy and pick back up where he left off before he got hurt. So these two quarterbacks,
he's traveling with the team. He's not out.
Little bit different experience here. Cam, if I'm giving you the keys to
scared the shit out of me though.
Franchise with either one of these quarterbacks,
terrified me.
Be your franchise guy. Who you?
No, Courtney. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I need you to ask the question.
Okay.
I need you to say, who do you want leading your team?
Who do you want leading your team?
Tell me, Cam.
This Mad Hatter dress Cheshire cat ass outfit.
I would take Justin Archibald Herbert. Final answer.
Is that his middle name?
And it is today. But what I'm gonna go with is I know that
Cam Newton dresses like, I used to play this dope ass computer game called Where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego. Cam Newton dresses like Carmen Sandiego in disguise, bro. Like, he dresses like an undercover woman detective. But go ahead.
RC is so tied at the hip with not only Jaden Daniels, his whole family. And I get it. I understand. But let's just
this Gilded Age outfit wearing ass.
Bring back that CVS receipt, Courtney, real quick, because I know where RC's going to go. He's going to go with Jaden Daniels. But on this show, a couple weeks ago, September 25th.
And I like Cam Newton.
2025.
Nah, you good, bro. You good, bro. I know.
Yo,
you good, man. Don't rile us up like that.
Suit said that Justin Herbert was extremely talented, and he is probably playing the best football that he's probably seen him play. Yep. So we're talking about right now. Right now today.
Okay.
I'm going with Justin Herbert. Take it away last week, because I know you want to just throw about everything and say,
to shoot Cam Newton some bail. Hold on. So he's saying he would take Herbert over Daniels to lead a team in general. He's not saying for this week because of all the players we have out and stuff. Man, I'm not mad at the take. I'm not mad at the take. I don't think that's a hot take or a crazy take.
On September 25th,
I'm taking Jaden.
Then it's the gospel.
I ain't mad at that.
And I'm going to agree with RC on September 25th.
Justin Herbert is like a general manager's wet dream of a quarterback. Like, he is everything. He is everything they desire. He is in the eye of the beholder. He has everything, bro. He has everything. He's a big 6'5", 230-pound, mobile, Big arm quarterback. He hasn't accomplished anything in the league yet, but I can get why anybody would be all aboard the Justin Herbert train. So I'm not mad at the take. I'm not mad at it. And I do like Cam Newton. Cam Newton dresses crazy as shit, but I rock with him, man. I rock with him. He's a dog, but he dressed like a buff auntie. Yeah, he definitely changed. And, your mind is allowed to change when presented with new data. And Justin Herbert looks like an absolute dog. And I like the coaching staff and ecosystem around Justin Herbert there in Los Angeles. But it's time to remind folks this week, man. It is time to remind folks who Jayden Daniels is, because I think a lot of people have forgotten. A lot of people have forgotten. He's been out a couple weeks, and the last time you saw him, that Packers defense had him in the matrix like Neo. But y'all forget we got that thing on us too. Y'all forget we got it on us too, bro. I like Justin Herbert. He's an absolute dog. I like my guy more. I like him more. Knee brace, no knee brace. I don't think they're putting Jayden out there if he's not fully ready to go. This team ain't the regimes of the past. Jayden is ready to go. Jayden is going to look like Jayden on Sunday. Let's go into some stat predictions on Sunday. I think Jayden throws for north of 230 yards and a couple of touchdowns on Sunday. So I'm going to give him, let's say 236, 2 touchdowns on Sunday. Jayden does not turn the ball over. Let's not start this week, because if there's one thing I've learned about Washington, we can't afford to turn the ball over with that shit boy defense that we have right here. Marcus Mariota, you did good enough to win. You played well enough to win versus the Atlanta Falcons last week. We couldn't live through that interception, though, because we were in a game where they could score every time they got it. We can't give them the ball more times. We can't turn the ball over. We can't afford to do it. Our defense is bad, man. Our defense is bad. But 230 some yards, 2 touchdowns for Jayden on Sunday. I'll give him a light 28 yards rushing. 28 yards rushing. Whoa, Mina picked us the win. Mina Kimes picked us the win against Herbert. Okay. I like it. I know most of the NFL staff picked us to lose, but I don't care about none of that anyway. Oh, my God. Jayden Daniels. Find Benjamin St-Juste ass wherever. We know exactly who Benjamin St. Booty Juice is. Find him on the field and target his ass early and often. Whoever draws the BSJ assignment, go at him. And again, and another one, and another one. St-Juste stinks. St-Juste is ass. I don't care if he's playing decent for the Chargers right now. I don't care if they find ways to hide him and hide his assness. But let's go. Let's get it, man. It's time for the offense to get back offensing like we know. And I know we dropped 42 weeks ago versus the Raiders, but it wasn't with Jayden. It wasn't with 5. We got our guy back out there. And how quickly the world forgets that we have one of those special guys, the ultimate neutralizer. We got all these players out. You have a player like Jayden Daniels, he will still get it done. And we're not going to act like Terry was really dominating when he was on the field, because he wasn't, especially in the 2 games Jayden played. He was out that bitch running cardio. So no excuses for the offense. The offense is the strength of the team. The defense was never going to be the strength of the team. Never. And as improved as we thought they were, I never thought we were going to have a dominant defense, because we don't need a dominant defense. We just need them to be opportunistic. When the ball goes on the ground, recover the football. Catch an interception every now and then. The Jags got 9 picks and 4 forced fumbles this year. We have 1 turnover. Shit is despicable. It's disgusting. It's inexcusable. All you got to do is give our quarterback more lottery tickets, more bites off the apple, more touches of the football, because when Jaden is on his best bullshit, the chains are going to move. Time of possession is going to be back on our side. Oh, my God. Time of possession. There we go. Washington needs to win in time of possession versus the Chargers this week. We can't be out here 10 minutes behind in time of possession. When Washington was in its peak last year, we were sustaining drives. We were going for it on fourth down regularly, and Jaden was making defenses. We had a pace in space offense. We're running no huddle, and we're keeping the other team's offense off the field. You know what the best defense for Justin Herbert is? Watching the game from the sideline. That's the best defense for Quentin Johnston and Ladd McConkey and Omarion Hampton and Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen and company and their patchwork offensive line. Best defense we could play is Jaden Daniels playing keep away from the Los Angeles Chargers offense, but not just playing keep away just for the sake of it. Playing keep away in a style where the chains are moving and we're getting points on the board. And when we get the ball in goal-to-go scenarios and in the red zone, we're making them count. It feels like a good day. What better day than this Sunday for Washington to get back to the identity of the team that we were last year when we were playing with house money for 20 weeks of the inaugural season of a full new regime? Because the world watching, we don't get to just duck off at 1 p.m. and suck it up in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, but most of the world didn't see. This is your Fox America's game of the week with Brady and company on the call, with the let's fucking go player of the game. Everyone's getting this game. I think like 80% of the country is getting this game at 4:25 on Fox. So it's like primetime adjacent. You can't duck smoke for this one. All of our NFC East rivals, I believe they're getting their games out of the way earlier in the day. I believe Dallas, New York, and Philly will already be done playing by the time our opening kickoff is underway. But I'm excited, man. And we're going to do a full day watch party on Sunday. We starting at 1 o'clock and we going all the way through Chargers and Commanders at 4:25. So all day Dos Rio production. I'll have Lil Junior with me. We'll be watching a full day of football with y'all on the channel on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. Tizzy Bang, appreciate you for the $4.99 super chat donation. I feel like Benjamin St-Juste still haunts us. Refs call us for interference and holding more than any team. Bro, who is JD5 throwing to? Derwin locking Ertz up. I don't think they're going to have Derwin James isolated on old man Ertz. He will see him at some points of the game, and Derwin's a dog. I love Derwin James. I love that player. I wish he was here. I wish we drafted him. But Jaden going to throw the ball to Debo. Maybe if Jalen Lane brings his hands, he's going to throw the ball to Debo. He's going to throw the ball to Ertz. And maybe the return of Cliff Screensberry this week. Maybe we dial up some well-diagnosed screen passes. Dante Jackson is a fine cornerback. He's nothing special. They don't have the craziest cornerbacks in the league. I mean, I know our receivers are we're scraping the bottom of the barrel with the depth of the receiver room right now. But with Jaden on the field, we good to go, baby. We good to go offensively, man. The defense holding up. Maybe it is the ghost of St-Juste, but nah, Lattimore is grabby as shit, and his reputation precedes him, kind of like BSJ does. Referees are keeping their eyes on number 2, even in situations where they don't need to call the interference. They're looking for it because they expect it. This is what they expect out of him. He's a grabby-ass cornerback who plays with very little confidence in 2025. This St-Juste pick 6 parlay hitting 1,000 times. Don't do that. St-Juste with a pick 6 from my GOAT on Sunday. I don't know if my heart, mind, body, or soul could recover from Mario. Could you imagine a Benjamin St-Juste pick 6 on Sunday?
I would cry.
I would be so distraught. In stream. In stream, son. In stream. Turn this damn game off. We're not watching the rest of it. BS. Give it. If someone gonna get a pick six, Derwin James, Dante Jackson, anybody, Dion Henley. Yeah, but we're not putting a pick six on Jaden's jacket because my quarterback don't turn the ball over. Let me knock on wood, though. They already said Rio speaking bad omens into existence, talking about we don't turn the ball over and Jaden doesn't. I ain't trying to wish no bad omens on us, but a Benjamin St. Jude. How y'all reacting if Benjamin St. Jude's get Jaden, whatever problems you have throwing Luke McCaffrey to football, it feels like it's time to rectify them. You and Luke need to have a coming to Jesus moment because Luke is a character on the offense now. They said, Lil Jaden, where he at? He on this Ghost of Yote right now. If you got a PlayStation 5, if you play Ghost of Tsushima, the visually stunning sequel to that game is out, Ghost of Yote. The kids are on fall break, so they've been with me for the last couple days, and they'll be with me for the weekend. But yeah, we'll be on that game as soon as I hit in stream. But man, a Benjamin St. Jude's pick six, I would not be okay. I would not be okay with that, man. You don't think JD would be a little rusty? He could be, but he's a football player, and he hasn't put out a Jaden type performance yet in 2025. What better time than now? What better time than now, man? Commanders, God gonna get us through this. I believe we getting this dub. Let's go. Let's go. And y'all heard Sheen. Go ahead and smash that like button, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're almost at 21,000 subscribers on the channel. Let's get to 25K before the end of 2025. Let's end 2025 hitting 25K subscribers on the channel. Y'all already know what time it is. What up, Metaphor? Chargers D gives up the most rushing yards to opposing quarterbacks. We've got a Jaden, and he's got a knee brace, and he's still better running the football than 29 of 32 quarterbacks in the league. I watched what Jackson Dart was doing versus them last week, and I watched some opportunities that were there that the rookie wasn't able to see because it was his first start. Jaden's going to look like Jaden on Sunday, guys. I think we need to breathe. I think we need to take some of that PTSD of the past. They're not putting him on the field if he's not healthy enough to be on the field. NFL quarterback, he's good to go, man. A Lattimore pick would do so much for the morale of this fan base, bro. That would be our Rudy moment. And I'm not trying to call Marshawn Lattimore Rudy, but that would be our Rudy moment. That would be the manager came in the high school basketball game and sunk a three on senior night. That would be that. It would feel like the ending of a Disney Channel original movie on some Luck of the Irish shit. Marshawn getting a pick in a pick six. Oh my God. I might shed one thug tear like Denzel in Glory because I don't know what that looks like, bro. Marshawn had a pick right in his grasp on the first possession last week. Did he catch it? Absolutely not. He ain't caught one since 2023. St. Bus is not locking Debo up. Debo gonna get his. He gonna get his, man. He definitely gonna get his. I want to see the running backs put this win on their backs. That Bill game is coming. I don't know when it's coming. It's coming down the pipeline somewhere. That 16 carry, 137 yard, 2-touchdown game from Bill Krosky Merritt is coming at some point this year. Is it this week? I don't know. Is it next week versus the Bears? Or is it when we go play that food ass defense in Dallas? Shout out Devolia. On the 19th. But that Bill game is coming, baby. That Bill game is coming, man. It's definitely coming. A Kinlaw sack or a Luvu pick. I think a Kinlaw sack is more likely because Luvu can't catch. I mean, he did catch a pick last year. Mina Kimes on her podcast, a prediction show, just picked the who said someone capped again in the chat? Someone said she picked us. She hates us, so I doubt that's the case. What up, David? Yeah, you already know, man. You already know, Dre. You already know. She switched up and went Commanders at the end. Okay, she saved it. She saved it. Shout out to Mina Kimes and Lenny. That's a dream. Bill scored 2 touchdowns for this game coming up. That'd be crazy, man. The Bill run is coming. I need the law firm of Kinlaw and Payne to have a sack party. I know, whole bunch of sack, man. A whole bunch of sack on SoFi Stadium turf. The Thursday night game was excited. I may sound crazy. I may regret this. I may start picking some L's coming up real soon so I can avoid the Larry Michaels allegations of skins tangibles and picking the team every week. But for the 5th week in a row in the 2025 season, I'm picking the Washington Commanders to come out victorious at SoFi Stadium. Give me a score of 27-24 Washington. Yes, I got us somehow holding the Chargers to 24 points. A lot of shit happens. No one has scored more than 21 on the Chargers all season. Well, guess what? You ain't seen Jaden Daniels in 2025, and Jaden Daniels ain't seen the real Jaden Daniels yet in 2025. I'm going 27-24, JD5 walk-off game-winning drive victory at SoFi on Sunday. In a 230-yard, 2-touchdown performance through the air, we're going to put up 27 points. So that's 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Matt Gay straightens out, makes both of his field goal options, all of his extra point opportunities, and Washington is coming home for blackout night at Northwest Stadium versus the Chicago Bears, ready to get active and see round 2 of Caleb Williams and Jay. It's crazy. For the 2nd year in a row, it's setting up exactly how it did last year, especially if Washington gets this victory versus the Chargers. Because last year, I think we came into that game both with 2 losses as well. And the Bears are coming in off back-to-back wins and then a bye week. Just like last year. The best we saw last year of Caleb was right before that bye week. They won 2 in a row, came into town. It's setting up quite familiar for our matchup versus the Bears next week. Let me see some score predictions in the chat. And the Chargers fans in here, because I seen them in here talking too. What is your score prediction? Y'all think y'all gonna blow us out on Sunday, and I don't think that's the case. Let me see some score predictions in the chat while we hear one last word from our sponsors as we get ready to get up out of here in a second.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code RIO91. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
27-24 Washington, man. Rio 91 on Sleeper, man. Get y'all some money on the app using my promo code. 31-28 Good Guys. Yes, sir. 28-21 Commanders. 35-18 Washington over L. Oh, man. I don't know how we keep them under 20 points, but I like what you're cooking. 3-0. Gay for the win. And then we're playing the Chicago Bears on Pride Night. It all adds up. It all connects, man. It all connects. 40-17 Commanders. 30-24 Commanders. 28-24 Good Guys. You already know Noah Brown will be active just to crush the Bears' souls again. My tripping, because that would piss me off. Even though I want us to be healthy. Watch Noah Brown be active for the Bears game. If he's not active for the Bears game, get him out of here. JD show off in his homecoming to the IE. Lil Rio sees the future. Mario, what is your crystal ball prediction for this one, son?
Score prediction?
Just crystal ball prediction. Give me something for Sunday. We're gonna do our me and Bear are gonna do our keys to victory video tomorrow. You know, he said, yeah, I'll see y'all on the channel tomorrow. I'm cool today.
38-35, good guys.
38-35. Oh, you got a shootout.
Yeah, game-winning drive at the end by Jason.
Game winning. Oh, we both got the game winning drive. I got 27-24. 38-35. Oh, so you got Packers Cowboys type shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about overtime, but Packers Cowboys.
I do think Jaden's definitely gonna be the first person to put over 21 points on that defense this year. What's your random prediction? Because last week you called the Mikey interception.
And the Luke
and the Luke McCaffrey touchdown in back-to-back weeks. What is your, or are you going to save that for the keys to victory tomorrow? All right, bet. Sleep on that one. Put it away. We'll get back to it tomorrow. Lil Rio got 38-35 Commanders in the shootout. I got 27-24 in the shootout, and I don't want to fathom or put too much thought into us starting a season 2 and 3 because that's going to take a lot of the conversation we had before the season, throw it in the trash can, and I'm not here to do that. I will be over on D Will's channel for the afternoon kick about an hour and a half from now at 3:30. I'll be on there. Me and Lil Rio will be doing some keys to victory tomorrow and any last minute media news or anything like that. I'll holler at y'all soon. You know the Rio Lay. We got to get something going for tomorrow. Hopefully Sleeper fixes my account so I could go ahead and have a ticket on screen so we could put one together with y'all tomorrow. That's all I got for right now. Smash that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy your Fridays. Go out, get active, get on your feet, enjoy your families. And let's get back to winning and watching my quarterback look like the MVP candidate we know he can be. Talk soon, everybody. Hell to the